The truth is that many games can be played without a graphics card in some cases. These games are nevertheless a lot of fun, even though they lack the visual power of Far Cry 6 or Resident Evil Village. The fact that they can be played on basic hardware without a dedicated GPU is the cherry on top. Psychonauts. In the 3D platformer Psychonauts, you take on the role of Rasputin, a young boy with psychic talents. As he assists players in overcoming their dread and anxiety throughout the game, Rasputin goes deeply into their thoughts. In the minds of these individuals, Rasputin discovers strange animals and settings that are beyond the capabilities of the average person. By assisting others in overcoming their concerns, Rasputin gains their cooperation in order to forward the plot. Psychonauts is genuinely suggested for everyone searching for a fun game to play, whether you enjoy platformers or despise them. You will keep it in your memory till the day you die because of the likable people, engaging mood, and expertly designed setting. Freedom Fighters. Freedom Fighters was a revolutionary game for its time, created by the same team as the Hitman series. Freedom Fighters adopted a unique strategy in contrast to other third-person shooters from that time period. In the latter, you can direct soldiers to advance, defend, follow, or launch a full attack using a tactical command system akin to Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30. The novel takes place in a parallel universe in which the Soviet Union has conquered New York City and won World War II. The Americans have demonstrated opposition to such hegemony and are tenaciously battling for their independence. Take up arms, band together, and engage the invaders in combat. Flatout 2. 2008 saw the release of Flatout 2, which was created by Bugbear Entertainment. The latter created a number of games, including Ridge Racer Unbounded, Rally Trophy, and Wreckfest. Have you noticed that the company only creates racing games? That may have played a role in THQ Nordic's decision to buy the business. Who knows, perhaps the franchise will soon be revived. In Flatout 2, your goal is to race and obliterate anyone who gets in your way. Each wrecked automobile you remove earns you points, and as you go, you can select from a range of vehicles. It's a fun game that can be played on a computer without a GPU. SWAT 4. The creators of the acclaimed System Shock 2 and the BioShock franchise brought you SWAT 4, a first-person tactical shooter. Although the aforementioned game may resemble Ubisoft's Rainbow Six Siege, it was nevertheless novel at the time. In SWAT 4, you have to pause before entering a building, in contrast to typical first-person shooters where the player charges into the scene carelessly. Criminals are skilled at making you believe they are innocent. When you open a door, they know how to ambush you. They are the experts. To apprehend criminals or terrorists, you must practice being calm and giving orders to your troops. SWAT 4's absence of health regeneration is intriguing. It is therefore essential to take shelter and avoid being shot upon if you want to complete the objective. SWAT 4 is suggested if you're seeking for a tough game. Although playing earlier games isn't harmful, I believe the fourth is the best. Hunt Down. In Hunt Down, you assume the role of a hunter who must pursue his prey and carry out his obligations. The game is rather simple at start, but as you advance, some bosses know how to destroy you. The way to get over them is to improve. Hunt Down has a lot of intense action. Fantastic and captivating music is playing. The increase in difficulty is also pretty evident, but in my opinion, a game without a challenge is boring. Oh, and the caustic phrases used when shooting through waves of thugs are Hunt Down's best feature. Cyber Shadow. Have you ever desired to play the original NES trilogy of Ninja Gaiden but were unable to? Cyber Shadow, though, has got your back. Everything about it, especially the absurd difficulty spikes towards the game's conclusion, is near. If you're used to playing simple games, it can drive you insane. If so, perhaps you ought to avoid this one. The narrative puts you in the position of a cyborg ninja who wakes up from sleep to discover a chaotic world. It is your responsibility to track down the culprit and eliminate him. Duke Nukem 3D. Have you ever longed to play the newest Dune games but been prevented from doing so by your potato PC? In the meanwhile, you might check out a few alternatives until you can upgrade to a powerful PC. The Duke Nukem video game series is one of them. Although it has recently been rather neglected, the community is still hoping for a respectable rebirth befitting an IP like Duke Nukem. You assume the position of our witty blondie wearing glasses in the Duke Nukem series, who shoots his way through waves of adversaries for a living. Other 3D Worlds games like Ion Fury, Wolfenstein 3D, Rise of the Triad, and others all share the same gameplay. The tale isn't intended to be taken seriously, even if the gameplay is slick and simple to learn. Bully. Fans have been screaming for a remake, sequel, or remaster of this excellent game for almost 10 years, but Rockstar appears to be on the opposite end of the spectrum. In the video game Bully, which is set in the hypothetical town of Bulworth, you play the part of James Hopkins, a carefree student. He was unintentionally kept enrolled for a year at Bulworth Academy. In order to end the bullying, he must advance up the school's ranking system and find allies. Bully's gameplay is not at all like GTA, despite what many people believe. In Bully, you get to be a student rather than just a criminal shooting people or running them over with your truck. You sign up for courses in things like English, chemistry, art, or even sport. You can also do a few side quests, and the rewards are really interesting. Grand Theft Auto 3. Because the aforementioned was crucial in creating open-world games, I choose Grand Theft Auto 3 rather than GTA, San Andreas or Vice City. And a game that brought about the stagnation of a number of genres, including platforming. GTA 3 was innovative when it was released, and this cannot be disputed. Additionally, it gave the industry the desire for more open-world games. The plot centers on Claude's quest for vengeance against his cheating lover. He becomes entangled in a world of crime, narcotics, and corruption as a result of his desire for vengeance. You could wander about freely, use a variety of weapons, operate cars, and other things in GTA 3. Nowadays, it might not appear all that fascinating, but back then, the game startled the entire world. Minecraft. We are finishing this list with something that's known these days. Minecraft is a sandbox survival video game that debuted on PC back in 2011 and was eventually released to other platforms such as consoles, handhelds, and mobile phones. The vanilla version of Minecraft will definitely run on your PC, but if your aim is to run it with mods, then don't bother. Graphical mods will devour your CPU power, as well as your GPU. So, it's better to just stick with the vanilla version since we're talking about playing games on an iGPU. That's it for this list. Did you like it? Let me know below.